Hi, I'm Possum. As you can see, I've moved house. And after you hear my spooky story, you will understand why. It's almost Halloween, and I watched Candy and I thought to myself that I would get into the swing of Halloween things with a scary story that I wrote, and then also tell you some scary things that have happened to me and my family. True ones, of course, but the story's made up. Right, my story's called Sweet Dreams, Sweet Nightmares. There's something in my closet. I can't see it, but I know it's there. The blackness inside seems to swirl at times, and when I'm not looking, I swear it turns into a figure. But when I do look, it dissipates away to swirl again. Tonight I am afraid. My closet sits opposite my bed. It's a big one and reaches nearly to the ceiling. It's ornate with large catches that, by the way, need repair. They seem to open and close by themselves. And it has double doors that creak on their hinges. I don't know why I don't get rid of it. Somehow I feel it wants to stay. As I said, I am afraid. The moon is hiding behind the clouds, which makes it worse, as occasionally shadows from the trees outside make themselves known and envelop the closet in their foreign darkness. I don't know what is worse, the darkness or the shadows. Then I see it. It's on top of the closet. I see its red, glowing eyes, outlines of its long fingers with claw-like appendages, and its arched back. It sits there, cat-like. I think it knows that I see it. It stares back at me, unmoving. I stay still, scared stiff you might say, hoping against hope that it is a figment of my imagination. I know you are thinking I'm mad, crazy, insane, and I really wish I was, but I know I'm not. Wait, it's gone. Jumped off, and it's now somewhere in my bedroom. I can hear it. Its claws clicking on my wooden floor. And now, nothing. Oh no, it's on my rug at the end of my bed. If this is a dream, I want to wake up now. What's that? I feel something at the bottom of the bed. A weight, like something has just climbed on. I stare into the darkness. Darn moon, where are you now? And see? Nightmare, the cat. My racing heart slows, and he meows quietly, as if to apologise that he scared me. I smile in the darkness at him. I look over at the clock. It's 2:48 a.m. But I need to get up and get a drink. My throat is as dry as a bone. I swing my legs out from under the covers, and as I do, my foot slides across something that ought not be there. Something that moves under the bed as soon as I touch it. I quickly turn the light on to see. Nightmare glares at me, and I swear if he could talk, he would not be saying kind words right now. I have to find out whether it's under the bed, though. I get down on my hands and knees and pull the covers away from that terrible space under the bed. It's always frightened me, even as far back in time as I can remember. It almost feels as if I've been afraid of it just for this particular moment in time. It's just a shoe. I kicked my own shoe under the bed. My poor heart, though. I don't know how much more of it I can take tonight, or any night. I haven't told you how long I've been seeing the closet creature, have I? Well, it must be going on 7 years now. Ever since my older sister moved out and left me here with Mum and Jeff, my stepdad. I have never forgiven her for that. She said she would take me with her, but she hasn't even come back for me. Seems to know I'm alone, and the more I see it, the stronger it gets. Anyway, I get off the floor to find my slippers and a jersey. It's quite cold tonight. I find them both, put them on, and make my way out of the bedroom. Our house is fairly new, and no floorboards creak as I make my way downstairs to the lounge. I think a bit of TV might be the best way to get back to sleep. I wish Mum would let me have a TV in my room. Life would be so much simpler. I stop by the kitchen to get an apple. It's always good to munch on. Something, at least something, while watching the telly. As I passed the back door, the door handle began rattling like someone was checking to see if it was locked. I hit the floor. There was a pane of glass in the top half of the door, but I could see no one outside. I slithered across the kitchen floor on my butt. I really didn't know what to do. I did know that I needed a weapon, because now I could see that shadow outside the door. As I stared at it, it quickly moved backwards away from the door, so I could no longer see the outline. But I needed to know where it had gone. The light from the street was blocked by trees in our front yard. Hard to spot anything at all. I snatched a small knife off the bench, the one Mum had used to cut tomatoes for the sandwiches in the morning. Something that seemed so far removed from what was happening to me at the moment. Knife in hand, I went from window to window, hoping, but not hoping, to see anyone outside. When I had been around to every window on the ground floor without seeing anyone, I went back to the kitchen. The door was still shut and locked. Don't worry, I checked. Going back to bed now. It's now 3:03 a.m. Wow, time seems to stand still. I swear I was checking the house so much longer than only 10 or so minutes. I got back upstairs, checking behind me every few steps because of reasons. I turned the hall light on, even though it might wake Mum up. But dealing with them was better at the moment than dealing with the lack of illumination. I make it to my bedroom, where I race back across to my bed, glancing at the closet as I pass by. One of the doors is slightly ajar, but I refuse to look in. I jump on my bed and clamber under the covers. Nightmare looks at me like I have gone completely bonkers. I laugh at him and reach up to turn off the light. As I turn back towards where he's sitting, his eyes are red. And I pull the blankets back up over my head. I'm getting a new closet in the morning. That was my story. So I hope you enjoyed it. I kind of wrote it like really quickly. So yeah, my daughter was actually quite amazed at how quickly I wrote that. Anyway, so I was going to tell you some scary things that have happened to me. Whoopsie. Just dropped the book. My notes. One really scary thing is, I find, personally, like everybody else has had, like, sleep paralysis. I think I had a sleep paralysis thing because, you know how, like, it's all the same, what people kind of experience. So my experience was I was lying there in bed on my, like, lying on my stomach, and yeah, something was sitting on my back. I couldn't move, and it was quite hard to explain. You know how, like, if you're sleeping on your front, your head's face down, basically. But it was pitch dark to, like, my nose. If you can imagine a helmet or something over your head to your nose. And I could sort of see out the bottom of the pillow, I guess. Maybe it must have been the pillow, obviously. Just covering my eyes. But then, like, my hallucination was, there was this guy, and he was sitting inside by a window, and I was inside with him. But looking out through the window, there was, out in his courtyard, was a whole pile of bodies of people he'd killed. So it was all like blood and bodies and things. And then, so I was like, no, you don't. And I guess I was next. I don't know. And yeah, that's my sort of feeling that I got while I was like hallucinating or whatever it was. And yeah, so then I was like, okay. And I was like trying to get this thing off my back, but I couldn't move. So I was like, get off me. Get off me. Get off me. And as Mark said, that's my husband, said I was going, like a sleep talk thing, because I was actually like yelling at this thing to get off me. And then I did one big like, get off me, like that, and it disappeared. So that was the one and only time I've experienced that. That one and only time is good enough for me. Thank you very much. But the only, I talked to my husband about it, the only thing he's had experience with, he's had a dream where this thing had grabbed him by the arm, and when he woke up there were bruises there. Scary. And well, at that time you kind of laughed. Well, I laughed when he was actually doing it, because like I was beside him in the bed. He was getting chased by a monster, and he hid in these shelves, you know, like shelving in this big warehouse. But shelving in a big warehouse has like one layer of shelves. So this thing was walking up and down the between the shelves. So he was hiding in the shelf, curled up one way, but the thing came up behind him, and so he shot off the shelf. And as he shot off the shelf, he fell out of bed. It was quite funny. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? It's clattering because he's got a bedside table. Clatter, clatter, clatter. He's out of bed. I'm like, in the morning I said, what happened to you? I was like, oh, something was trying to get me off a shelf. It's just quite funny. And, well, not for him at the time. It was particularly scary, actually. And one other thing, which was quite scary. Okay, you're not going to believe it, but I believe it. I still do not put my hands under my pillow when I go to sleep. Okay, because one time when I put my hands under my pillow to go to sleep, like, you know how like 2 hands straight under my pillow, I swear I felt fingers that were like coming up from under the bed. I'm getting goosebumps right now, actually, thinking about it. So you know how like you'd go to put your hands under a pillow, cuddle the pillow, or as I put them under, there were fingers. Okay, you're going to say, they were your own fingers, Possum. No, they weren't. You touch your own fingers, you can feel that I'm touching my own fingers. I could feel different fingers, okay? That was scary. And my final one, this is not really scary, but this is really, okay, what I believe. I guess it was a dream, okay? And we used to close the bedroom door because we'd turn the alarm on, and we had a dog, so we'd shut the bedroom door. Well, I woke up and the door was open, and I was like, what the hell? The dog's going to get out. Set the alarm off. And I looked towards the end of the bed, and at the time we had a bed that had a headboard and a baseboard. So over the baseboard, I could see this like shadow, I guess, which had a big muscly arm, and it was holding a spear. Whoops, sorry. Bang the table as I'm showing you. A big spear and a big muscly arm that was holding it. That's all I could see at the bottom of the bed. And I thought to myself, but I wasn't scared. So I think that this guy at the bottom of my bed was actually my guardian angel. That's what I think. Or, you know, how some people have guardian angels from times past where they'd been living in. Yeah, this guy was, you know, something like that, because I was literally not scared. But it was freaky. And then I woke up, you know, in quotations, woke up, and I was in exactly the same position as I was looking at him, but the door was closed again. So that's my freaky stories and my interesting, I hope, scary story. I hope you like my room. I decorated it myself. Looks pretty good. And yeah, you should put your own story into a video. Tell me about some scary things that have happened to you. And I will see you sometime. Oh no, the nightmare's begun. It's behind me, isn't it? It is. Oh no.